Well, YouTube, this is Sean Patrick Ryan Smith, the pipe smoking specialist. Today's episode is about mixing your favorite drink with your favorite smoke. In most movies and TV shows, you almost always see that one guy in the nice little tuxedo smoking a big fat juicy cigar and drinking a nice little glass of scotch, sometimes whiskey, 9 times out of 10 I would say it's scotch, poured from a very fancy decanter set. But I also find that interesting because you never see anybody smoking one of these bad boys while drinking one of these bad boys. So that's what our today's episode is going to be about. Now, when it comes down to drinking, it's usually like wine and cheese pairing. Miss Skeeter obviously knows she likes wine. That sometimes pairing your favorite wine with your favorite food is actually very easy. Pairing your favorite drink, though, with your favorite tobacco, that's a bit harder. It's kind of like an experiment in flavor. But, of course, I'm smoking the Frog Morton today. Frog Morton on the bio, I believe it is. And as a result of that, it's kind of hard to kind of mix the two things together. So, we're going to start off, of course, with your favorite drink, and then we're going to move on to the different little drinking glasses you can drink it in. Frog Morton, like I said, it's kind of a rich, mellowy flavor, if you ask me. It's kind of got that real southern kick, so obviously you probably think, well, you probably drink bourbon with it. Actually, no. My favorite drink to drink with Old Frog Morton is this. Sky Dragon Fruit Vodka. Tastes really good. Mix it with a little tonic water. It's not too bad. It's very fruity, very flavorful drink, and it kind of balances this out. Of course, on the other hand, maybe you're the kind of guy that likes to stick to traditional stuff. Maybe you like a nice earthy tobacco, like for me, of course, obviously, that Vision Hunter tobacco I showed you on the video Lollipipe, I believe it was. And I showed you guys the different types of tobaccos. My favorite of the 4 flavors that I've all tried, of course, is fire, because just like it implies, it does have a little bite, and I like something that kind of cools it off. Well, in that case, I like to douse a little Native American tobacco with a little Celtic drink, and that's why we have our good friend Carolines. Fire tobacco from Vision Hunter, like I said, is very flavorful, very strong, so it's kind of nice to douse out the flame, no pun intended, with a nice drink that kind of cools and soothes your palate. Irish Cream, I think, does that, because Irish Cream has a milky texture. Like milk, it knocks out capsaicin. If you eat anything spicy, Irish Cream douses the tobacco-y flame. So, of course, I like to drink something that kind of puts the flame out of my mouth, and that way I don't have this burning sensation. Nice little palate cleanser, and it looks good, too. Drinking that nice little Irish Cream while smoking your favorite smoke. But, last but not least, of course, just in case, maybe you're one of those guys that likes a little Southern-style kick to your Southern-style tobacco. And again, I pick any of the type of Missouri tobaccos, and to a greater or lesser extent our good friend Frog Morton here. And as a result of that, I like to smoke a little Frog Morton sometimes while drinking a little bit of this. And that, of course, is good old Scotch whiskey. Kind of kicks it back to the Southern style. I also like to drink a little Jim Beam. I know Jim Beam's kind of weak, I'm sure, as far as people are going. That's the bottom shelf liquor. But I do like Jim Beam. Like I said, it does taste good with a little Southern smoke. Of course, I like to smoke my pipe while drinking my Jim Beam outside, sitting in my nice little rocking chair. It kind of gets that Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens effect that I get going. And the fact that I like it is very important. Tastes good. And smokes good too. But maybe you're really fancy. Maybe you're a bit more fancier than most people. And you do like a nicer, fancier drink to go with it. So, again, thinking of Mosquito when I do this. We also got my personal favorites, wine. This is Sutter Home White Zinfandel. It's the 2013 California brand. Really good wine. I like Zinfandels. Sometimes I like to drink a little red Moscato. You know, it tastes good. Especially when I was up in Alaska and I went to this little place called the Aha Restaurant. It's an Oriental kitchen right off Post. They had bulgogi. This stuff here will actually cleanse your mouth. Moscato and Zinfandels taste good, I found, with Korean cuisine, especially kimchi, bulgogi. Really good stuff. And as a result, it actually tastes really good because Moscato is meant to be paired off with spicy food. And seeing as bulgogi is very spicy, thank God for small favors, it's actually a nice little palate cleanser in its own right. Soothes that palate from being on fire and allows you to have a nice little drink and a nice little, night. Tastes good, tastes great. And the best part is, most Moscatos are very cheap in price. You can get them for about $12 a bottle. It doesn't have to be fancy. Get yourself either Sutter Home here, or find yourself some, it's called Beringer wine. Very good stuff. Tastes really good too. Then, of course, you get my other personal favorite. I actually smoke these a little more fancier. It's a Zinfandel. Winner of 50 gold medals. Meet my other good friend, Rex Goliath. This is actually a very nice wine to drink when you got friends over, and if you got other pipe smokers around, this is good. It's very earthy tasting, very good Zinfandel, which is very important because like Moscato, I'm a big Zinfandel lover, so it actually tastes really good. And it's nice to drink when you're out smoking on the back porch with these things here, and it allows you to have a nice little, taste of the evening, a nice little taste in your mouth for the evening, so you can smoke your good pipe, drink a nice little bit of wine. If you got friends that are pipe smokers, it's good. That's a good way to go. So, now that we've covered the different little things you might want to try to drink the next time you're out and about, we get down to the final part of this video, glasses. Now, because we talked about wine for the most part, we're going to talk about wine glasses. Well, in my case, not so much wine glasses, as you're about to discover here in a couple minutes. For those of you who aren't from the region of Tucson, Arizona, you would probably not know what this is, but on the other hand, maybe you do. Maybe you visited a couple times. Every year, Tucson gets the Gem Show. I know what you're saying. Oh, nice bunch of fancy minerals. What does that got to do with any of this? Well, that's easy, because I actually found some neat stuff. I'm actually trying to get somebody in the gem community to make me an obsidian pipe that I want to get made one day with this huge chunk of obsidian that I bought, because I think that would actually be kind of cool. I mean, who on earth else besides me owns an obsidian pipe? Or any of the other minerals I can get fashioned into pipes so I can have fancier smoke, so I can have nice wooden ones like my little Roma church here, or I can actually own something really cool that nobody else owns, which is something made out of pure volcanic glass. Which brings me to this. Our good friend, this is a sherry glass. I bought this at the Gem Show this year. It's really nice. Carved completely out of a mineral. I'm not sure which mineral this is made out of, but I do like it. I think it's kind of neat and fancy. And I also like it because it's a good little thing to drink out of, put your sherry in here. For Miss Skeeter, I think she might like this one because she actually said she liked my ideas. Well, then you might like this then. This here is made out of quartz. Look at that. Yeah, I know. Really fancy carved. Really intricately carved. They give it this sort of medieval goblet type shaving right here, so it looks like the glass and the stem are actually different pieces. These are really cool. Cost about $20 for these. I bought these at the Gem Show this year. And then finally, I got these from my ladies, June and Moon. I'll be putting a picture on YouTube today to show you the ladies that I used to go hang out with. They gave me this at my last visit up there in December of last year. This is called a Moscow Mule. It's made completely out of brass. I actually like this thing here. It's pretty neat. It was made in China. It's called Moscow Mule because it's actually for drinking vodka and tonic, which I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking a little bit of my Dragon Fruit Sky Vodka, a little bit of Safeway tonic water. Tasty. Like I said, smoking a pipe is really fancy. We're part of a big community of pipe smokers, especially here on the YouTube pipe community. I wanted you all to know that, hey, sometimes we can mix our favorite drink with our favorite smoke. And it actually is fancy, really fancy. It looks kind of nice. And like I said, if you got friends coming over, it's nice to have a few bottles of your favorite tipple or your favorite vino. And you can go out on the back porch and have a nice drink and have a good smoke, and you all can talk, chat. It's a good socializing thing, and it looks really neat. And like I said before, it doesn't have to be really expensive. You can own nice little things like these, and it looks kind of neat. Shows that we're a little more sophisticated in our community. Shows people that we're not just a bunch of, old fogey type people, as I got called in the army. That's why they called me the old man, because I smoked my pipe and I drank out of my little brass cups like that. I kind of look like some old gent from the olden days. The good news is, it's nice to mix up two habits together, our two favorite vices in the world. They're vices, we all can admit it to ourselves, and we can actually enjoy ourselves and have a lot of pleasure in life. Because as they always say, you can live life once, so why not have your fair smoke and your fair drink? Well, folks, that's it for me today. I have no idea what tomorrow's video is going to be. I really don't. I'm actually kind of running dry on ideas. But I'll find something, I'm sure. But until then, this is Sean Patrick Ryan Smith, the Pipe Smoking Specialist, saying, well, as they say in Russia, До свидания.